This is the story of a man and a dream.
This project is the biggest ever in Palestinian history. There is nothing even close to this.
Making history.
Building the first new Palestinian city, Rawabi.
There, I'm going to sell you an apartment. This is a 3-bedroom apartment.
Fridge magnets from Paris.
Bashar Masri is building homes for 25,000 people on Israeli-occupied land.
It's a dream for us. It's a dream.
But this is a land where everything comes down to politics.
He wants to build a Palestinian state. We can't let that happen.
It's just a way for him to expand his wealth, and that's no resistance.
Over the past turbulent year, we followed Bashar Masri and his battle to build a dream. Can his gamble possibly succeed? Early 2014, spring in the West Bank. A sliver of land between Israel and Jordan. Palestinians see this land as their future state. But it's been occupied by Israel for nearly half a century. Decades of peacemaking haven't brought peace or a state. So some are deciding they can't wait any longer. American-Palestinian multi-millionaire Bashar Masri made his fortune through a business empire across the Middle East. Now he's trying to make a new home for Palestinians.
I can just see everything
In your mind.
in my mind exactly complete. You see it dusty and sand and etc. I see it complete.
7 years ago, he started Rawabi, the first planned Palestinian city in the West Bank.
This seats 10,000 people. The stage is on top. You can see the Roman columns being placed.
Roman columns in
Yes, yes.
Rawabi.
It's part of our history.
It's the biggest ever Palestinian project. The corporate video sells a dream. Entertainment, dining, shops, homes for 25,000 people. A tantalizing promise of a better life. As plans grow, so does Palestinian interest. By early 2014, 650 families have bought into this dream. Many are hoping to move from nearby Ramallah. It's a vibrant city, but it's overcrowded and hemmed in by Israeli checkpoints.
This is where we're going to live. This is our neighborhood. And this is the building.
Ayman and Suhad Ibrahim bought a home in Rawabi 7 years ago, just days after it was launched.
Because it's a dream for us. It's a dream. You know, not because Rawabi is something extreme or something unique, no. But because this is the first time in Palestine, we have a modern planned city with all the facilities that any family may need. The message is clear. First of all, we want peace. We want to build our future. We have the ability. It's our land.
It's the first step for building a small model of Palestine state.
A typical apartment in Rawabi costs $95,000 US, cheaper than Ramallah, but still out of reach for most Palestinians.
This is a middle-class dream. Only the middle class, a wealthy middle class, can afford this kind of life.
That's not the intention of the project. This project is about enhancing a genuine, long-lasting, self-dependent middle-income people. A young couple making a little bit higher than minimum wage should be able to afford this.
But Palestinian areas suffer from deep poverty and a chronic shortage of affordable housing.
It could become a focus of resentment if it's an elite oasis
Absolutely.
where the poor workers come in and then leave by night because they come here to work and then...
I am conscious to that. It's how to deal with it. Of course, low-income homes should be supported by the government also, usually. Unfortunately...
So subsidized, you mean?
Unfortunately, we have not gotten any support, financial support from the government.
Masri sunk his own fortune into this project and borrowed large sums from Qatar's investment authority. Qatar is a powerful player across this region, funding Islamists in some places, mega projects in others.
There, I'm going to sell you an apartment. Yes. The master planning we used. So, this is a 3-bedroom apartment.
3-bedroom.
Yes.
So what does this sell for?
This sells for about $110,000, $112,000, I think.
Fridge magnets from Paris. What a view.
You know what they say about real estate? Location, location, location.
This is an Israeli settlement.
This is
called
Ateret?
Ateret.
Yes.
This has been a source of big trouble for us from day one.
What do they say about this?
They did not like the project from day one.
People who are going to live here, if they're going to be, there's going to be open hostility with the people on the next hill.
We're not promising people here heaven. We're not promising people here anything less than that we are still under occupation. This is not normalizing and accepting the occupation and looking the other way. This is defying the occupation.
But some Palestinians accuse Masri of whitewashing the occupation, of making deals with Israel just to make money. He's had to get permission from Israel every step of the way, where to build the city and its roads. Masri insists it's much better to build than to boycott Israel. But the fate of Rawabi depends on the relationship between Israel and the Palestinians, and that is fraught with risk.
Rawabi can only succeed if the peace process succeeds. You say now that both will succeed.
Those people who will make the investments with the high risk are the ones who are going to take Palestinians towards independence in an expeditious fashion. It's about risks.
And they'll pay off in the end.
I'm sure. Look, Palestine will be an independent state one day. It's coming.
I'm sure there are moments in the dark of night where you think, now I know why no one else has done this, because it's bloody hard.
No, I don't understand that. I think the Palestinian Authority should have done this and should have done more than this.
Why didn't they do it then?
Government is
under
different.
occupation, how can we build like this, they would say.
I'm not saying they're useless, but I think they should have built more, especially around settlements.
On the hills right next to Rawabi is the Jewish settlement of Ateret. It's Israeli National Day. A day for these 800 Jewish settlers to affirm this is our land. Since building began at Rawabi, the Jewish population of the West Bank has grown by 65,000. That's an increase of almost a quarter in just 5 years. Under international law, settlements like this are regarded as illegal. Israel disputes that. And so do Jewish families living here, including the Damri family. They can see Rawabi from their house.
It's a fact, so I'm happy that they're going to live in a good way and they'll have a modern city. We want to live our lives here. The state is our state. The Jewish nation needs a home so much. We always had neighbors that lived here with us. But we need to always remember that it's our land and that we are the owners.
The landlords.
If a two-state solution is ever reached, settlements like Ateret are likely to fall within the Palestinian state. But Hanan and Abigail don't believe that will ever happen.
Now there's Rawabi that you can see from here, which is the first new Palestinian city. Can you see all these communities living together in peace?
They have to prove that they really want to live in peace
and don't want to do any terrorism.